This iPhone 14 leak, it's metal. Yo guys, what's going on? Sam Cole here. Welcome back to another video. Hope all of you are doing well today. We have some iPhone 14 stuff to talk about, but also some Mac things, and where I'd like to start is actually with Apple's next big thing.
Hey everybody, this is Tim Cook, and I'm here to show you today the next big thing, which we'd like to call the Apple headset.
This is gonna be you when he announces it.
Oh my god, whoa, it's the new headset. It's crazy. I remember that iUpdate guy. He was talking about this for years ahead of the launch.
If you dive a little bit deeper into the details, Gurman and others have said, well, it's possible that the actual release date could be early 2023, sometime next year, so not 2022, which obviously paints a slightly different picture. And now we're hearing the same thing from Jeff Poo, who is just about 50% accurate, so I'm only reporting this because I've heard it from other people, and I also believe this, that Apple is going to announce it this year, but it's not going to be in our hands until sometime in early 2023. iPhone 1 announced and then shipped like half a year later. The Apple Watch announced and shipped halfway through the following year. The AirPods didn't ship right. Why am I saying the AirPods like I'm a boomer? Yeah, I got the AirPods at the store. Listen, stop making fun of me. Okay, the point with all of this is to say a PSA, a quick public service announcement, a quick public service Apple, that while yes, the headset is still coming, it's not actually going to be in our hands until 2023. So it's going to be one of those things where we see it and then we just keep looking at the website every day for like months and months until we actually get our hands on it. Just thought I should let you know, because even I was like, wait, is it coming? It is coming this year. It's just not actually coming until 2023. Moving on, I know you guys are rich, you buy Apple products, you watch this video. Well, now we're going to do a little test to see how rich all of you are, okay? You might have an iPhone Pro, okay? You might be able to sling $1,000 around every couple years. But what about $6,000? Can you just throw down $6,000 every couple years? See guys, there's iPhone money and then there's Mac Pro money. And Mac Pro money, of course, is a lot because it's Apple's highest end computer, and it's also something that has not been updated with Apple Silicon, or in Apple's words,
making our transition nearly complete with just one more product to go, Mac Pro. But that is for another day.
Okay, I know you guys have seen this clip a million times. Everybody's talking about it. Yes, Apple confirmed the Mac Pro is still coming. And now we heard from Mark Gurman that the Mac Pro is expected to arrive later this year as well. And listen, the Mac Pro is one thing. It'll be redesigned. We've heard it's about half the size. I mean, these are some bastardized renders of what it could look like. Shout out to Mac Rumors, though. Like, they do have some really good renders there. My point being that it's gonna look not like this, but just, I don't know, something a lot smaller than it is now because Apple Silicon will be inside. But you know what? I don't think that actually will be the most expensive part of the Mac Pro story. Like, maybe you spec out the computer, it's like $15,000. I don't know, maybe you're that guy, pal. But there's also a new Pro display coming, which is the first time we've heard that Apple is going to debut it alongside the Mac Pro. I mean, it makes sense, we just hadn't heard it yet. This time though, instead of the Pro Display XDR being geared to the high-end video market comparable to like $40,000 reference monitors and having a 6K panel, Apple is upgrading the resolution, but also providing some more consumer-friendly features from the Studio display. First of all, it's gonna have a 7K resolution now. I said that right, a 7K Apple monitor. This thing is gonna be crispy as heck, okay? I cannot wait to see it. Yes, I'm already gonna buy it. Yes, I know I own one now. Yes, I make some questionable decisions, but also going to be pretty. You're forgetting that part. Number two, it's also gonna have a webcam, which will be great so that I don't have to buy it. You could just say there's a lot of metal on the Pro Display XDR that I feel like was underutilized. But for the iPhone 4, look at that transition, man. You're like, how is that metal guy? You just saw the transition, buddy. The iPhone 14, guys, I have to break it to you, it's gonna be made of metal. And in fact, we've gotten our first look at it, and wow, it is unlike any iPhone I've ever seen. So let's just jump into this image here that was posted on the Chinese social network Weibo, and I do believe it's real because it really closely matches up with what we've been hearing to this point. That the iPhone 14 is just gonna be a solid block of metal. No screen, no cameras, no speakers, not even the ability to make phone calls or send texts, because we're past that, guys. This actually just directly links to your brain, and well, we don't know what the link does, But Apple says it's great. Okay, for real, if you guys have seen these floating around and you're like, what in the world am I looking at here? This doesn't even look real. It's just a single chunk of metal. That is what it is. These are just metal casts of the iPhone 14 design. But there is a couple important things to point out here. Number one, that Apple is keeping the same pretty square design language year over year. Number two, that the camera systems, being 3 cameras on the Pros and 2 cameras on the non-Pros, is also remaining. Not that that's surprising or anything. It's just cool to actually see it in person. I mean, it would be awesome if all the phones had 3 cameras, but of course, Apple is reserving that for the Pros. But taking a closer look at the image once again, there's actually something much bigger here that's changed across the lineup. And I do mean that literally. Like, let's go from right to left to look at the models. You've got the standard 6.1-inch iPhone 14, then you have the 6.1-inch iPhone 14 Pro, and then following that is, of course, the larger 6.7-inch iPhone 14 Pro Max. And rounding out the lineup is, of course, the new iPhone 14 Mini. Just kidding. That is not the 14 Mini. That is actually going to be tied for the biggest phone Apple's ever made, in what we believe will be called the iPhone 14 Max. That's right, Apple is totally standardizing the lineup this year. In fact, there are only going to be 2 different screen sizes to choose from for the flagship phones. There's going to be a 6.1-inch iPhone 14 and an iPhone 14 Pro. But then there's going to be a 6.7-inch iPhone 14 Max and an iPhone 14 Pro Max, meaning that for the first time ever, you're going to be able to get the iPhone Max size for less than $1,000. Wait, you're telling me that the iPhone Mini is going away? I bought the 12 Mini, I bought the 13 Mini, I love the Mini, okay? I love it, I bought it every year. Yeah, if anybody except for you would have bought the iPhone Mini, Apple would have kept it around. But you can just look at the sales, and it is so disproportionately small. The audiences, for whatever reason, even though you really like the iPhone Mini, other people don't. And I'm not saying that to be like, you know, you're a problem. What was I gonna say? Something about you're the problem? Joking aside, my point in all of this is that Apple saw an opportunity. They said a lot of people want to buy the iPhone Pro Max size, the 6.7-inch screen, but they're priced out because it starts at $1,100. But they said, well, wait, what if we just do that same size with a few less features and we offer it at a lower price? Again, say $900. That eliminates the lower price point of the $700 iPhone Mini and could push those people up to $900. But I don't think this is driven by money. I think this is driven by the market. I think a lot of people want a 6.7-inch phone that isn't over $1,000. And Apple's gonna be like, all right, cool, we heard you. Here's that exactly. And as I've said for months now, I believe that this is going to be the best-selling phone of the year. I see it now. I think a lot of people are gonna go for this. I think a lot of people are going to love it because it'll have the bigger screen, the better battery life. I mean, it's gonna be huge. Like, I'm just saying, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll be eating some clam chowder in a few months. But right now, I'm living it high and I will be. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something new. If you did, drop a like down below. Hit subscribe for more. I've been Sam Cole. I'll catch you cool cats in the next video. Peace.